welcome to another Drive-In Double Feature. I'm Ryan,
I'm Nathan.
and this is the podcast where we talk about two movies a week every Tuesday and Thursday. Before we get anything at all, we have a Patreon over at patreon.com/Drive-In Double Feature podcast. Hey, if you ever wanted to meet Nathan and I, well, we're going to be at Chili's this week only. We're going to
Mhm.
be eating our favorite foods. We're not eating anything else. We only eat stuff that's on the Chili's menu. And
Mhm.
we're gonna get those big mouth. I'm gonna get those big mouth bites. We're gonna get those uh, chips and salsa, two for
Chicken
one
twisters.
drinks.
Mm, yeah.
Oh, we're gonna be eating good tonight. So
Hmm.
come on down if you want to see us over there. Because on Patreon, that's actually a better value than the menu at Chili's, where it's a bunch of fun games,
Yeah.
fun conversations over there, just having a grand old time over at Patreon. About as grand of a time as you can have at Chili's as well. But the good thing is it's only $5 a month and it doesn't affect any regular content. Just like Chili's. Chili's doesn't affect anything Chili's enhances our regular content.
Always. If I have Chili's before recording, I know it's going to be a great night.
Our best episodes, you're like, hey, that's a great episode. We're eating Chili's right before.
Yeah, Chili's is always the
Uh,
connection there. I've come to
yeah,
find out.
definitely. But like I said, it's only $5 a month, doesn't affect any regular content. But today we are talking about 1989's Godzilla versus Biollante, and that is directed by Kazuki Omori. This one is 5 years after the original Godzilla movie, where at this point, like I said, it was a modest success. It wasn't like this big blockbuster or anything for Return of Godzilla. And what happened was is like during the making of this movie, like they wanted to have a contest to see what the best idea was. They had actually readers submit ideas to them and like say like, hey, like give us your best Godzilla story. And the person that wrote it was actually a dentist that had the
Wow.
best idea. Who he did moonlight as a screenwriter. He actually did write an episode of Ultraman when he was only 16.
Oh,
And
wow. Cool.
and so about 17 years later, he came out with his own Godzilla story, which featured Biollante, which was Godzilla basically battling this giant flower-like monster.
Gotcha. So somebody, like a real person, came up with this idea.
Yeah, it was an actual dentist that thought up
Wow.
this idea,
That's kind of cool.
and this is what he thought of.
Was he on
Now,
crack?
no, but there was somebody that another storyline was Godzilla was controlled by Hitler.
Oh my God. All right. We're going too far.
I mean, you're telling me you wouldn't watch that movie, Godzilla
I would
Hitler?
I would watch it, but I don't know how good it would be.
No, yeah, they went for the better one here, but there was some holdups during this time, Nathan, because Toho was a little worried that studios had come kind of burnt out on monster movies because did you know, like in the meantime, there actually was a sequel to the live action Kong remake. So, they had the 1970s King Kong,
Hmm.
and then they came out with King Kong Lives,
Oh yeah, I
which
remember about that. Yeah.
ended up being a huge bomb commercial failure. And because of that, allegedly that kind of soured Toho's taste on like putting on another Godzilla movie because they kind of thought that people were kind of getting too tired of monster movies.
Hmm.
But then allegedly that because of the success of Little Shop of Horrors, they're like, you know what? Let's give it a shot.
They got plants, we got plants.
We got you got plants. Bring some plants over.
Yep, yep. Let's have plants direct the movie for God's sakes.
Yes. So because of that, that kind of led to this movie being greenlit. Um, Now, beforehand of this movie, the original idea is that there was going to be three monsters. It was going to be Godzilla, Biollante, and this rat monster that was also going to be in this movie.
Okay.
But eventually, that the rat monster was cut out. didn't seem really important to the plot because it was just going to be basically like a monster that Godzilla kills in the beginning of the movie, and Godzilla would eat the monster.
Oh, okay, just to have like a little bit of action at the beginning.
Yeah, just to have a little snack.
Okay, I got you. So you got to have a snack before the meal, kind of like an appetizer from Chili's.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Right. You,
Yeah.
you want to make sure you get the appetizer.
Yeah, you gotta not I'm not talking chips and salsa. I'm talking about you
I'm
get the
done.
triple
I'm
dipper as well.
getting the spinach artichoke dip.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. Or getting the chili that you can dip the cheat into the chips instead of the salsa in the little skillet.
Oh,
Mm.
oh yeah, the skillet queso. Got it.
Yeah, skillet queso. Thank you. I couldn't remember. I feel a little disappointed in myself.
Well, we need to just get you back to Chili's. It's been too long.
Yeah, it's been
But
about a week. That's too long for me.
but anyway, the director of this movie, Omari, he kind of took like this really bold stance at the beginning because he was more known as like a director of like teenage dramas or like romance type of movies. And he was chosen as director for this one. He made a bold claim by going up to the original producer of Godzilla, Tanaka, and basically saying that all the movies from the 60s and the 70s were embarrassing,
Oh my God. Okay.
and also claimed that uh, he wasn't a fan of the Godzilla movies. Well, he after the backlash of him saying that, he basically was like, no, I mean, I was a fan when I was younger. I'm not a fan now," type of thing.
Yeah, okay, sure, buddy.
And he didn't have a lot of nice things to say about Godzilla before this movie, just to be clear.
Okay. Interesting.
But how this movie starts is that it picks up 5 years after the original movie. Godzilla is still laying dormant in this volcano that he falls in the beginning of the at the end of the last movie, and they've recovered some of Godzilla's cells, and basically three different countries, Japan, America, and this fake Middle Eastern country, have
Yeah.
all coming together to try to steal Godzilla's cells. And the Japanese are able to procure them. And because of that, one of the doctors takes the Godzilla cells, and his recently deceased daughter takes her cells
Hmm.
and fuses them with a plant.
Yeah, it
I
is
mean, what could go
wild.
wrong?
This movie is crazy because not only that, you're talking about the three countries fighting each other. This movie starts with action, with them like shooting people, and the person
Hmm.
from this fake Saudi Arabia country is almost like the Terminator, is the way I put it. Like he just like whenever he's done shooting a gun, he throws it away. He just throws it out, and he has this trench coat. Um, if there's one thing, I do think this Godzilla movie is trying to set itself apart from a lot of older Godzilla movies. Because outside of the monster stuff, there's a lot of action. It's not a lot. There's drama. It's there, but it's not all drama. It's not all a character study. It's also a bit of fun B movie 80s action in there as well.
Yeah, that's kind of like what the thing they're trying to go for. I mean, like again, I want to cite my sources. Is all a lot of the stuff is taken from Big Action Bill's video. Go check it out.
Mhm.
But he had mentioned that a lot of the previous ones in America monster movies had been a lot of from like the first person perspective, like it's like one main guy or
Mhm.
something like that, like dealing with the monsters. And this one, it's like there's a bunch of different subplots going around.
Yeah, a
And
lot.
and if there's anything that's a drawback from the movie, I would say it's maybe that, in my opinion. Like it's just I think there's a little too much going on in terms of like the story, maybe. But I mean, it's not like it's a deal breaker or anything. But that would be like my only like deterrent,
Yeah, it's
like from this thing.
I don't think it's really a negative for me. I think it's fun how much you jump around. I didn't even really notice till the end because in the end they really wrap it all up. They wrap up every plot, and then I was kind of like, wow, there's so much base they have to cover here. But it is a lot. Like this plot is It's not techno jargon heavy. It's heavy in just the amount of people that you got to follow around. You know what? I'll take it is a bit of a detriment because I think the main characters here, or what are supposed to be the main characters, which I'm going to guess is the psychic girl and the
Mickey.
yeah, she Nikki. She I feel like she's meant to be a stronger main character, and she really isn't. I feel, which is, I maybe I'm just saying that because we watched Gamera after this, and Gamera has like the girl who connects to the monster, and that's what Nikki does here. So I guess maybe that was my connection, thinking like she'd be bigger.
I'll get used to her.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
good to know.
Yeah.
So my
I
instincts were
didn't re
right.
I didn't really think like the humans again like really stood out. Like the antagonists and things like that with them, like there are some like really noteworthy scenes like with human characters. I don't want to like say that I didn't
Mhm.
like any of the human parts because there is a scene where um they're trying to shoot like these tablets or like these pills like into Godzilla's mouth. It's basically it has like bacteria and stuff into it.
Yeah.
And it's like this lone guy with a bazooka is just pointing it at Godzilla and just shoots it like right directly into his mouth. And he's just like, oh, like medicine's best to be taken orally. And Godzilla just slams the building and the building just caves in
just
on him.
just like screw you. Like doesn't he like slap it almost?
Yeah.
No, that's one of the best scenes in the movie because he falls down to the bottom and it's in like I'm gonna guess it's a famous building in Tokyo. But like there's a big video screen in there and like you get to see Godzilla on like this like pixelated big screen. It's pretty cool. No, if you want to go on the opposite side, I felt like what helped this movie was Godzilla is in this so much. They give Godzilla way more to do than I've seen in one of these movies in a while, it feels like.
Yeah. I uh I thought like for what it was, this is definitely like a big spectacle
Oh yeah.
movie. I mean, this is the movie where it's like they really go out and I just like the special effects and the practical effects in this movie is about as top tier as it's gotten so far.
Oh yeah, it looks fantastic. I love Godzilla's look in this movie. He is pissed. He looks angry. Like he's got angry eyes. The shots he's in that suit, it's really solid stuff. And like all of the destruction, because the beginning of it is him destroying stuff. That's like a big part of it, him destroying buildings. And he's come back after all this time. And no, it is a spectacle movie because I was like, oh, this is really fun to just watch him destroy stuff.
Mhm. No, yeah, they really went all out in here, and they did said like how much money they had spent on special effects and everything, and how they had just basically just gotten as much money as they possibly could for Toho because this is one of like the most expensive monster movies that they had ever done and ever will at some point. So
Really.
they uh, they they really wanted this to be a big deal, and you could see it in the special effects because there's a lot of like huge matte scene paintings, like where you
Mm,
can't even tell that it's matte scene, and
yeah.
there's a bunch of like yeah, a bunch of military scenes like that where it's just him destroying the machines, like because even like a lot, normally with like the defense force teams or whatever, like the military, like trying to kill Godzilla, those get kind of dull at some points. But in this one, they really try to make the military seem really competent and like trying to destroy Godzilla because they come
Yeah.
out with this new flying device, which in the last movie ends up getting crushed by a building. But in this one, it's like this unmanned device and it's able to reflect back Godzilla's atomic breath back at him. So
Mhm.
it, they're trying to make it seem like the Japanese army is like really effective
Yeah,
against them.
because in these movies, normally the military, it's like a very non. They shoot some missiles, Godzilla
Hmm.
takes it and kills them. Like it's that simple. But yeah, there's more to it, and I think it's good because it even made the water scenes a little better than expected because they try to corral him in the water. And they're taking the beam and shooting him back at it. And the water effects are cool because water is just like splashing everywhere, Godzilla like drools a bit, it looks like. He gets out of the water and it's like dripping out of his mouth at one point. I thought that was
Yeah.
funny. Uh, but yeah, no, if there's one thing to take, it's that. I do like the weirdness of the plot, I'll say. Like, I think it's interesting that they did something so odd where it's about a scientist who makes like this biogenetic plant that's part his wife and the psychic daughter, or the psychic
Daughter.
girl. Yeah, oh, sorry, daughter, the psychic can talk to the plant. That is such a bizarre idea, and you know what? It's fine. Um, I do wish it was a bigger part of the movie, though. Do you feel like it wasn't as big of a part of the movie as you thought it would be?
No, I mean it's like a really big deal, or it should be a big deal. I don't think it's. I think they could have gone into a lot more detail
I agree.
about it, and I thought it could have shown them like them communicating with the planet, or maybe even humanize Biollante even more.
Yeah, because that's like
Um,
because Biollante shows up, who is the monster version of this giant plant. And for a movie with verses in its title, it doesn't feel like that was ever the focus of the movie until the very end.
no. But what do you think Biolante's design? That's I do want to ask you that because
Oh,
Biollante has two forms in this movie.
the first one, I won't. I feel like it may be a little silly where it's just a giant flower with some vines. Love the final form though. The second form, whenever it's like the monster, it's really like a gross, goopy monster with a giant like mouth, almost like a Venus flytrap in a way. I think it's actually a pretty scary monster, and it's something a little different. It kind of reminds me of the nastiness of like Hedorah, which I love. I love that monster. So it works for me here. How about you? Did you like it?
I did. I mean the flower one, it looks a little silly, but it's unique. I'll say
It is
that. I
unique.
mean
Yeah.
I I I hadn't seen one like that before, and it does look interesting enough to where you're just like, oh my gosh, like what is this and
Yeah.
type of thing. And it still is able to like attack Godzilla and everything like that. But Godzilla wins pretty handedly, I'd say, like their first encounter.
Yeah, but I will say that fight is cool. Like he wins very easily. Like it's not even a fight, but they do a lot of cool stuff with it with like the green goop. Like they have the Biollante has like has vines that he try or I should say she tries to block like Godzilla with, and Godzilla just like cuts right through them, and like just green blood is everywhere.
This is a very messy movie.
Yeah, which I like.
Uh,
I'm all for a messy movie.
yeah, they definitely don't spare any expense or any goop in this movie. I really enjoyed um, just like the fights of this movie. I mean, just the scene, like the spectacle of Biollante, because Biollante is just like this huge, imposing monster. I mean, even first and second form, where they had to put so much effort into controlling them, or it took like 20 crew members just to like move its tendrils around and like
Wow.
move its whole body. So it's just that's just showing you how big of a deal it is. There's two scenes in this movie that were deleted at a certain point. So
Really?
after Godzilla's first encounter with Biollante, when Biollante like turns into like the green like spores or whatever and flies into the sky,
Hmm.
um it was supposed to be like the spores would be raining down onto like this countryside, and it would turn like all the fields into like flowers and stuff. And
Interesting.
it was going to show like Godzilla like kind of like walking with all these flowers and everything, and like this big like I watched the scene beforehand, but yeah, it's like this really like juxtaposed like Godzilla just like walking through flowers,
I
but like
kind
in
of
a
like that though.
really imposing way. I'm not saying no, it's I and that was like one of the things where like, oh yeah, we wish we would have kept that in.
Yeah, why did they cut that? That sounds beautiful.
They just it was just
Time.
wasn't meshing well with the final film, yeah, I guess. But and there's another scene too. So there's a scene where Godzilla is like fighting Biolante's plant beast form, where Biolante is just kind of like in a massive form, and it's using its tendrils to attack Godzilla.
Mhm.
And that scene where Godzilla's fighting the tendrils was originally shot in stop motion.
Really interesting.
Yeah, there's a clip of that one where it's just like a stop motion Godzilla, like, and it's like these tendrils are attacking it. And again, it was didn't really fit that well into here. And oh,
That makes sense.
there's one other scene at the very end of the movie where it was supposed to be like an anime sequence of like Biollante of absorbing Godzilla, like devouring it, and like
Mhm.
and
That's actually pretty cool. I don't know. It sounds like there's even an even better movie sitting in here.
yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Uh, but yeah, it the final sequence in this movie, where Godzilla is fighting Biollante in its beast form, like I said, it's Biollante is very, very impressive looking. The second
Yeah.
form is probably, I'd say, one of the best looking monsters we've seen, and one of these.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's just very detailed. There's a lot going on with it, and it just feels imposing. It feels huge. Like most things in this movie, the sense of scale is done really well with him or her.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's a she.
Yeah.
So, uh, yeah. So that one where they end up fighting again, like Biollante ends up spraying this like corrosive like type of goo onto like Godzilla, and Godzilla is just kind of like shrieking in pain, and like while
Hmm.
it's smoking, there's like smoke coming out of his skin, and it's burning
Hmm.
his skin away, and the tendrils, like it turns into like this spike, and it goes through Godzilla's hand and arm and
Yeah.
inside. Just really brutal stuff, and it tries to eat Godzilla at a certain point.
Yeah, like Godzilla's in its mouth. It's actually it was quite a sight. It was kind of kind of crazy to see. They've obviously like been like Godzilla's adult now. We're not making this for kids anymore.
No, I mean, there was times where Godzilla would get stabbed or cut, and it would just spray this blood out everywhere. But I it's one thing to see him like just get like totally impaled,
Yeah, I don't know. There's something a little more gruesome here, but yeah, you're right. I guess in the original Godzilla movies, every once in a while there'd be like this blood for whatever reason.
or like Gamera, where Gamera's just like its whole body is just being like
Uh-huh.
torn apart or whatever, like getting its limbs chopped off or something.
Yeah, but the Godzilla sex scene was a bit much. Let's be honest here.
What which scene are you talking about, Nathan?
Did I watch the unrated cut with an extra 1 minute 30 seconds?
No, you watch Biolabia.
Biolavia, nice. Good one. With Dongzilla versus Biolabia. There we go.
Godzilla. There you go. Perfect. That's got to be a thing. Someone make that right now. But
Just like they're making my dessert at Chili's right now.
oh, what are you gonna get? You're gonna get
A
the
chocolate
brownie.
lava cake, of course. That is the chili staple.
Oh, I'm gonna get, since to go along with my skillet case, I'm getting my skillet brownie.
Ah, sounds good. Can I have some?
I'll let you take a bite of mine. You can take a bite of yours.
Awesome. Glad to hear.
But Nathan, one thing too, I really want to bring up about this movie. Did you notice how out there the score was for this movie?
Yeah, okay. I was hoping this was the thing you forgot about because I realized that the music in this is awesome. I loved it. I love the music. It's out there, but also it uses the original score too. It uses the Akira Ikafube main theme over and over, which is some of the best movie music.
I yeah, but I like that part. But I wanted to ask you what you thought of like the out there stuff. Like, what do you thought
Like
about
the
that?
weird stuff. I don't know. I had fun with it. I kind of once again. I hate to bring them up again. Ebera, how that had like surf rock in it. This kind of has like a weird because it's kind of like Middle Eastern, right? In a
Where it's like
way.
do, like it's really upbeat type of music. Like
Yeah.
when Godzilla is
It's
fighting. Like again, I was watching this with a group, and they were just like, "What is this
yeah,
music?" And
maybe not Middle Eastern. It reminds me of a Steven Spielberg movie in a way, like John
I
Williams.
So what I said, I was like, it sounds like the Superman theme song, like
Yeah,
do do
I
do 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 do, and just and
but
because I was thinking, I'm like, this just sounds so weird. And the reason why for that is because the composer of this movie didn't see any footage from this movie.
you gotta be kidding me.
He did this entirely of just how he imagined this movie would look like.
Oh, that would
And
make a lot of sense.
and so the reason why added in Akira Ikafube's theme is to cover a lot of those
To cover the bad score.
mistakes. Yeah.
I'm over here defending it, and they had to like cover it up.
Yeah.
I will say it is a bit odd, but I thought it was kind of funny in a way.
Uh,
But I guess that
it-
the memorable parts were the theme.
yeah, that's not the only bad. I mean, it's not all bad. I don't want to state that either because there is a really good score too in the movie where with Biollante and everything. I thought was really good.
No, there's good music here, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But all those people in your group were like, "This is ass. Get this goofy music out of here."
That's somebody was, yeah.
That's so funny. Well, make them watch Jaws.
Yeah.
I'm
Tell them
telling
how
you.
great that score is
I'm
there.
telling you.
I didn't realize you were such a Jaws hater.
I a good movie. God, the shark is attacking,
And
and it's like
you
doo doo doo. It's doing the Superman theme.
man, Nathan hates it. Donna, Donna, Donna. Yeah, see, Nathan hates that
See,
score.
that's what sucks when you say you don't like the music from Jaws, because then you have to say I don't like the Jaws theme, which isn't true. Great piece of music. Um,
hmm
but whatever. Whatever. We don't gotta talk about it anymore.
Um, but yeah, I did, and then at the end of the movie, Godzilla uses his atomic breath to actually like blow a hole into Biollante, and like Biollante just kind of like implodes from the inside.
Yeah.
But Godzilla, just due to fatigue and the damage that he took in the Biollante fight, and from the bacteria he had gotten earlier, just kind of collapses at the end of the
It
movie.
what a shot of him collapsing. Like it feels like a real, like not even stage, like he just falls over. I've never seen that one.
hmm Um, the suit actor in this movie, he had said that this is probably one of the most comfortable suits he had ever been in for a movie for Godzilla's scene.
Happy to hear that. Um
Yeah, it's an actual working condition.
yeah, but Godzilla falls down, but the movie is not over yet. It's got to like solve the international fighting. Someone dies at the end. Multiple people die at the end. A lot happens with the human plots at the very end of the movie.
They do, yeah. They end up having to go, and the main guy from the fake foreign country, he ends up getting dissolved, like incinerated, like dissolved. Basically, he just gets evaporated, kind of, or he's just like like by this lightning strike.
Yeah, which is so
And
weird. I forget what else happens. Godzilla does get back up and he goes into the water and walks away, though.
yeah, so I mean, it's not really a clear cut winner, technically. I mean, technically Godzilla, I guess, won, but it's not like it's like a very dominating victory.
No, he doesn't do a dance or anything.
Can you imagine Godzilla like just skipping away, like, yeah, I did it, or just like,
They would have done it 20 years before this.
or like, not even like probably like 10,
Yeah,
like,
you're right. Yeah, 10 years before this, they would have done
like
that.
right up, like right before Godzilla fought Megalon, like him doing like the boxer, like raising his arms, like,
In some way, I miss those days. I miss
I
the
know,
silliness, but I will say this one is a very good movie still. Like it is it is an improvement in a lot of ways from the last one.
yeah, I think it's much better than the last movie. Um, Unfortunately, this movie it did not perform well at the box office at all.
Wow, do these movies
It
ever do?
the first one did, and Godzilla versus King Kong did.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
But yeah, it only sold about 2 million tickets, which is about the equivalent of I don't know yen, but it's 1.04 billion yen, which
Uh,
is
or 10 mil.
that.
That's what it says on Wikipedia. Or oh, how much it made?
Yeah, I mean
Oh,
that's how much it made is billion.
so it's 10 million for 700. I don't know. It made like 13, maybe like 15 million would be my best guess.
It made about 6 million.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah,
Yikes.
so it did not perform at all at the box office. This movie was not released theatrically in the US at all, and instead it was kind of just released on HBO, and HBO came out with a videotape of it on VHS,
Yeah,
and
these
that's how
Godzilla movies were like HBO staples. I always talk about that, but that they aired these all the time.
yeah, so this is like the only way you could have seen Godzilla versus Biollante.
It's crazy.
And so this was not my first time viewing this one.
Gotcha.
Um, I watched this movie much later in my life, probably I was about 20 something, maybe like early 20s, like 21, 22, something like that
Mm.
when I last watched this movie. But because I'd gotten a Blu-ray copy because they did come out with a Blu-ray copy at the time. I think it was like Anchor Bay or Shout or something like that. I came out with it. Like it wasn't Criterion, but
Boo.
this, but this is now going to be the only Godzilla Heisei movie to get a Criterion release.
I wonder why they did that. Why they didn't do a box set, or why they skipped over Return of Godzilla to go straight to this one. Like, I get it. This one's the better movie. So maybe there's just more demand for this one than that one.
So they took a poll in 2014, Nathan,
Hmm.
amongst Japanese people, and they voted this movie as the best Godzilla movie ever made.
Out of all of them,
Yes.
no. I mean, it's good. It's up there, but I would not say this is the best.
This is highly regarded as one of the best Godzilla movies.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, it's
and
good.
I agree that it's a really good one. It's not my favorite, but I do not, I can totally see why somebody would really love this one.
Yeah.
It's got a lot going on, some of the best special effects in the entire series, so I can definitely see why somebody would really just be like all over this and be like, yeah, this is the best one out there.
But
But
Ebera made it to number two at least, so we're good there.
I didn't look at number two. I need
I'm
to look
just
at number two.
it's not going to be Ebera.
But yeah, so unfortunately, Nathan, like I said, since this movie was kind of regarded as one of the lesser Godzilla movies in terms of the box office, they kind of saw Biollante as a failure. So
Mm,
what they had to do, Nathan, is go back into the old Godzilla vault and pull out some of those big ticket monsters, those ones
yeah,
that you remember your father went to go see when he was a kid.
yeah. Nostalgia sells.
So that's what we're going to be talking about next time, but I'm just going to leave that as a little teaser for now.
Hmm.
So I would say we both recommend this movie, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah. I recommend it. It's good.
Yeah, so I'm really glad I was able to watch this one again. Like I said, it was a good one. But we're gonna shut the book on it for now, Nathan. So what are we gonna be talking about next time?
All right. Well, Ryan, we are going to be talking about Pickup on South Street, which is streaming over on Tubi.
No, we're not.
Oh, what? Because you've seen it?
Okay.
You're
I just
just
want to
gonna
be.
oh,
I just want.
let me take it. I'm gonna have to pick a new one. Just give me like give me an hour really quickly.
No, I'm just kidding. Sounds
Okay.
great. Can't wait.
Oh, but Ryan, what are we covering on Thursday?
Well, Nathan, I wanted to do a little noir. So,
Oh
Nathan,
wow.
we're going to be talking about the movie I Was a Shoplifter.
Oh, I think I have that on my watch list. Is that's where you got it
Ah,
from, didn't you?
yes, I did.
Wow, we're doing a double noir week.
Yes, we
Cool.
are. It's noir,
Or Timber.
uh, noir timber. Yes,
Mhm.
that's what I always say.
Yes.
Eh,
Yeah. I always say that.
But if you have any thoughts and opinions about this podcast, please email us at drivein-double-feature-podcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/drivein-double-feature-podcast. And once again, check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/drivein-double-feature-podcast. But until next time.
Until next time.